On this week's breaking news, One Piece has finally been revealed. Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse is getting their own minifigure line, and How to Train Your Dragon makes an entrance. All that and much, much more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back2Brick, my newest venture into the A-Full merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back2Brick brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore A-Full or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back2Brick page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back2Brick, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back2Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Lego.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Back2Brick. I'm your host, Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow A-Fulls about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you all for tuning into the podcast. If you're new, welcome, and if you're a longtime listener, I appreciate you continuing to come back. For everyone that's also new, make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you can keep up to date on all the latest news every Friday. And then if you really want to support, you can go over to our Patreon page and become a LEGO stud. That is part of the group that gets the podcast early, no ads, and just has a fun time, loving the Back2Brick brand. There's coupons that I'll put in there as well. I have my merch that I talked about, so you can get some of that as well over there. Other than that, for the admin side, just been working hard on trying to get a job. We're just trying to be a little bit more financially stable. The LEGO brand has grown, but just not as fast as it needs to really continue with that. So it's more of a back to a side hustle kind of thing, and just going to continue to venture from there. But I am putting in my application for the LEGO Ambassadors Network. This is my third try, fingers crossed. I've almost finished. I think I'm going to finish just before this weekend, which is my birthday. I'm going to be 33 years old, which is crazy to me, and I'm excited to continue to celebrate that. And 33 is just a number. I'm still like 16 playing with Lego in my head here. But that's all on the admin side, and we're going to move into our set reviews at the end of the episode, as we always do. Since we're moving into the summer, we're going to talk about 21350, the Jaws set. And then our mock review is Homeward Backing into the Bushes, because of the new Simpsons set by J.K. Brickworks, a legendary builder. All right, everyone, that's it. Let's get into this week's first breaking news story. First up, How to Train Your Dragon, the Toothless set. It's an 18+ set, 784 pieces, and costs $70, and will be available on July 1st. And let me just tell you, this was not what I expected from this. They've done a lot of mocks that people have done for How to Train Your Dragon before, and some really fun builds, and definitely more like detailed and minifigure scaled. And well, this one is kind of a playful, like kid style to it. It looks more of like what a 12 to 14-year-old set would look like. It has a super large head. It's breathing some blue fire. It has a little fish it can hold in its mouth. It actually looks like shield pieces for its feet, and it does have the built tail section to it. But overall, not what we expected, I think. It definitely is a unique design for sure, but nothing that should be for an 18+ set. This is definitely something for a younger range of people to enjoy, unless you really like the cutesy, very Funko Pop style. And I just think that it hits the mark wrong, it doesn't hit the mark at all. They could have done some different adaptations maybe. I was really excited to see a buildable version, just not this one, and hopefully we'll get some alternatives from people that, will be better than this. Miles Morales' mask is official. LEGO is still doing their helmet series for Star Wars, and it looks like they haven't given up on Marvel. They're going to be doing Miles Morales in the same style that they did Spider-Man. So Spider-Man's head had a lot of printing to it. Instead of the red and black, it's now going to be well, it's still red and black, but the inverse, where it's primarily black instead of red, with the red outlines of the eyes and the silver for the eye coverings. And it's going to be $70 as well at 487 pieces on July 1st. It does not come with a minifigure. Most of them do not. And it's still expensive for what it is. Marvel seems to be more expensive than usual. So this is kind of aligned with the Miles Morales from Across the Spiderverse, which we have some other news that we'll be talking about here just shortly concerning that. LEGO's revealed a new 101 Dalmatians set, which is coming out sometime, I think, in the fall. I'm not 100% on that one. But this is Cruella De Vil's car. It's 378 pieces and cost $50. And it comes with Cruella De Vil as the minifigure and a Dalmatian puppy. And this is the old school classic style of her car, really long-nosed red vehicle, a Coupe de Ville as it's called, because Cruella De Vil. It's a fun additional Disney set. 378 pieces and a 9+ set. It's a good adaptation of a Disney vehicle, and maybe they'll do some more similar to this. The LEGO house in Billund is lining up for some summer kickoff fun. And first up, they're having some interactions with the designers of the Speed Champion Formula One team. They're going to be doing some signings of the cars as well as some fun, just like building events. And this is going to take place on June 16th. We're thrilled to see such strong interest in LEGO house from families around the world. And we want every visit to feel fun and memorable. Whether it's your first time or even your fifth, our team of play agents are ready and excited, and we are strongly encouraging guests to book ahead to ensure the best experience possible. They're also doing other different signing events. Back to Hogwarts celebration will be on September 5th, and there will be some surprising other meetups throughout the summer and the fall. So if you are in the Billund area or traveling there this summer, go enjoy some of these fun events and just experience the house. Is really unique and so many fun experiences to have with the whole family or just by yourself. LEGO is very adaptive, as we all know, to be built in so many different ways. And a boy really loves Lego, and he unfortunately lost a limb and had to have a prosthetic put in. But he wanted to have an addition of something to his prosthetics. Now, it's primarily robotic, but he wanted it Lego. So there are actually 2 Lego pieces integrated into his arm, a green plate and a violet plate. And then it's covered in a wrap that looks like Lego. And they talked about our technicians enjoyed being creative, whether it's crafting limbs with superhero designs or incorporating family photos. The biggest reward is seeing the difference it makes to someone's life. And having Lego integrated, it's really fun way to still continue to have him play with Lego. I mean, now he can build Lego on his arm, which is pretty cool to do, and still adapt for anyone to play. Because remember, Lego is for everyone. Epic Games and LEGO have had their collaboration concerning Fortnite, and they're doing some updates for the Unreal editor for Fortnite. That's going to be releasing later this month. During the State of the Unreal in 2025 event on June 3rd, they talked about the arrival of LEGO Brick Editor and LEGO Bloom Tycoon on July 17th. It's going to expand the LEGO system and play as a digital setting. It'll bring brick by brick building with 50 new bricks available for users to use. They'll build custom assets like bridges, houses, animated props, and static meshes. A selection of 44 production-specific color matching to Lego bricks themselves. Our goal is to give creators a deeper level of customization and control, and those features significantly expand the creative tools for building Lego islands. Epic Games said in a blog post, creators will have more resources for game development, from fine-tuned gameplay mechanisms to designing complete custom props. Epic and the Lego Group will continue to work together to provide even more tools to let creativity shine. So the partnership is continuing to expand. The Unreal Engine is something that's crazy already in itself, but then adding these custom parts and continuing the expansion. Fortnite is just growing extensively, and the Lego community loves building in it. And they've expanded, of course, into different themes, Lego, Star Wars, and other Star Wars things, and they'll continue to add more, probably One Piece and all those things. So look out for some of those updates come the middle of this month. Lego's continuing to do some workshops and having these creative series throughout the summer. It shows that the interaction of people with the Lego stores in the community, you can even build it online now, which is pretty cool. At Lego stores across America on the 26th and 27th, they're going to be having some botanical builds. And it's for age 6 to 12, but it doesn't mean that you can't go either, because I definitely will be going. And it has a beautiful little butterfly built on a small plant that actually uses tiny butterflies to create the flowering sections to it. As they continue to expand on these workshops, you can actually go over to lego.com and see if your store will have this. Tickets are free to book, so see these expansive workshops as ways to introduce your kids to even more play and getting a free Lego set to go with it. Lego is starting a new marketing campaign focused on encouraging girls to redefine what it means to be a builder, called She Built That. They've got integration of different videos and even a full music video. It's like that from the Run DMC track. They've come together with different DJ Livia, the 15-year-old British drummer, prodigy, and Nadia Bushley, Dutch Surinese vocalist, Pink Octopus, and a Chinese alt-pop icon, Kai Xin, all come together to form the girl band of this. And it's really focused on the 80s from Red Run style, and really to encourage girls to keep building. Being a builder goes beyond hard hats and hammers, said Lena Dixon, the Senior Vice President of Production Group Core Business, the Lego Group. It's about harnessing the creative potential within every young person to construct dreams, forge connections, and shape the future. Every girl and woman is a builder, whether it's assembling teams, tackling challenges, or pushing boundaries. This has been a hard campaign that Lego continues to push to encourage women and girls to play with Lego, as it's been such a male-dominated, thing for. It's been such a male-dominated activity for so long that, everybody should be included, as we talked about earlier. The British architect Peter Cooks is doing a play pavilion. We spoke about this a couple months ago, and it is finally coming to its completion, where the play pavilion will actually have a integration of Lego and a really just interesting way for kids to build and have it as an art sculpture itself. It's opening on June 11th, coinciding with the World Day of Play, and it's a circular building where it has a slide to it, but around the exterior and interior there's a bunch of three-dimensional brick builds, having it covered so kids can play inside as well, and just have a integration of play in a Lego building like this, and excited for those kinds of expansions throughout parks around the world. Lego Ideas is celebrating its 100th challenge, and for that, they're giving you the opportunity to have your Lego build exhibited in Lego House for the year. So you can go over to Lego Ideas and submit your ideas. There's so many really fun ways to get creative with it. 3 grand prize winners will get some additional gifts, of course, and then selected for exhibit will be 75 winners, and then 3 runners-up will get some prizes as well. And to get your Lego in the Lego house, it's the Lego house under the microscope. Some of the most fascinating things are ones too small to see up close. Your build should showcase the inner workings of everyday objects, microscopic Lego elements, or details of tiny creatures. In this category, you want to build a world that comes to life when you zoom in. So you can go and see some of those and try to get your set in the Lego house this next year. And the biggest news of the week, Lego One Piece has been revealed. So Best Buy had a leak this last night, but Lego decided that they would do their full reveal. This is in conjunction with the Netflix TV show, animated series, and live action. And they've got quite a few sets that are going to be coming out on August 1st. The first one is the Windmill Village Hut. It's 299 pieces, come with Monkey D, Luffy, Shanks, and Makino. And it's $30. Now, I don't really know anything about One Piece. It's on the list to watch before these come out, so I can get an understanding on it. But it's definitely a fun little build for this one, just kind of a little village shack. The Buggy the Clown's Circus Tent, it's 573 pieces. It comes with Monkey D, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Buggy the Clown. It's going to be $54, so it has a clown scene with it, and it looks like some seating, so pretty much a stage section to that. The Battle of the Arlong Park, it's 926 pieces, coming with Monkey D, Luffy, Nami, Usopp, Arlong and Chu. It's $80, and it looks like a temple style with it. And one of the characters has some stretchy arms. I don't know what that's about, but I'm not sure why we didn't get that for Mr. Fantastic in the latest Fantastic Four set, but I digress. Maybe you can get that and paint them or see how to update that. Next is the Going Merry pirate ship at 1,376 pieces, a cost of $140. It comes with Monkey D, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Sanji, and it has the iconic One Piece pirate flag to it, and it's a fun little ship. It's definitely just a more play scale of it, but I'm pretty sure this is iconic to the series itself. And the Brady floating restaurant is 3,402 pieces at $330. Comes with Monkey D, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Zeef, Vice Admiral Gorp, Helmipo, Kobe, and Draco McHawk. Wow. And it looks like just a giant ship with a fun entryway that's a kind of a giant door, and the outdoor section looks like a giant mouth. So there's definitely some details on the interior where you can have the restaurant style to it. And that's a pretty large set. And then the last two is Monkey D. Luffy as a Brickheads, 136 pieces at $10. And then Buggy the Clown at 1,706 pieces at $10. So, wow, a lot of sets coming out for One Piece. If you're a big anime fan, you're going to be excited about this. And maybe in general, anime might be getting some more Lego sets, but One Piece has become very popular and definitely something I need to catch up on. Probably can't watch all the anime because it's like 1,000 episodes, but definitely can do that for the single season so far of the live action. Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse is getting a collectible minifigure series, and there actually was a leak of some of the minifigures already. We've got Spider-Man Morales, Spider-Punk, Prowler, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man India, Cyborg, Spider-Woman, Sun Spider, Spider-Bite, Spider-Man and Mayday Parker, Web Slinger, and Werewolf Spider-Man. All just a really fun sets that are going to be including some unique figures to it, and a lot of them have alternate faces and heads, so you can get multiple so that you can have all of them represented. But such a cool selection of minifigures specifically for the new film eventually coming out. I think it's 2027 now. Zebra is designing the newest Lego campus section of the Lego Innovation Campus and having it in this fun block-like form, but they're all connected by a central corridor. And it's definitely a different adaptation that they're going to be trying to update. This is bigger than some of the other buildings that have just been recently built. It's going to actually house 1,700 staff members with over 600 different designers. And having this integration, they really wanted to focus on fostering innovation, collaboration, and imagination at every level of it. It's a space designed not just to work in, but to think, imagine, build, and evolve in, a playground for creative exploration. It is definitely a beautiful building as Lego continues to do that. If they can build beautiful sets, why not build beautiful buildings? So that will be opening sometime in the next year or two, but it definitely is going to be a great expansion for all those that love Lego. Bricklink Designer Program Series 5 pre-orders will be going live next week on January 10th at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're going to be going through their sets. 300 are needed to go for production, and there'll only be 30,000 sets, so a limit of 2 copies, of course, per household as well. The first one is Adventure in Transylvania. It's a 4,056-piece set at $350, and it's a large black and red, dark red castle. It's very Dracula-esque to it, and it is really beautiful. I think it's already been by another designer that was selected, so they're going to get another large chunk of change for this one, but it is really cool. The Antique Shop, 1,918 pieces at $150, and it has a little vehicle in the Antique Shop, kind of fun to add to anyone's building of their city. The Mushroom Village, 2,436 pieces at $210. This is another addition to a previous builder, so that one is a fun build to go along with that. The Popcorn Wagon, 594 pieces at $55, and the Thieves of Tortuga, 4,002 pieces at $340, and that's a large scene depicting like a ship that you can, or a place you can pull up your ship, Drei Tortuga. And remember, these you can pre-order them, and you won't be charged until after they start shipment, which will be later in the year. LEGO Ideas Building Your Nostalgia winners actually were going to be delayed. There's not really sure why, but they won't be revealing it till June 13th this time. And these are the large scale ones like the Edward Scissorhands Castle, the X-Files Truth is Out There, the Fifth Element Book Nook and Playset, and the Jumanji by Brick Project, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer Library. They even have the next chapter, the smaller ones, Forrest Gump, Suitcase, Wallace and Gromit, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the Mighty Ducks and Mr. Bean. So look out for those to come out. Not sure which one will be selected, honestly. There's a large fan base for pretty much everything here. So I'm excited to see what is chosen. And that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you listening. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel. If you really want to help out, go over to the Patreon and become a patron. Now we're going to move into our set reviews. Our first set is Jaws. This is at 21350. It's an 18 plus set, 1,503 pieces. You'll get 975 insiders points, and you'll have 3 minifigures to go with that. The minifigures, of course, are part of the classic of the movie, and it'll cost you $150, and it's 523 reviews, which is a large amount, with 4.5 stars. This was a LEGO Ideas set, and it's great to have this year because it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws, one of the most iconic creature films and horrors of all time. And it comes with the orca, the boat, and Jaws, of course. Our 3 minifigures are Chief Martin Brody, Amity Island Police Chief, Matt Hooper, the marine biologist, and Sam Quinn, the shark hunter. They have so many fun details to it. You know, they've got the yellow buoys, the orca sign, Jaws jumping out, very much a diorama style set, but a little more 3-dimensional, of course. And even the shark cage along the side, a chum bucket. You can even display the shark separately and have the minifigures also on the stand next to it. Not sure why. You definitely want it kind of jumping out towards the ship itself, but there's an iconic quote on the front: "You're going to need a bigger boat," by Chief Brody. And if you can get to movie theater, they're definitely going to be showing this around the country since it's the 50th anniversary. There's even a documentary I want to watch. But I had $150 for this set with such detail and lore behind it. Definitely a beautiful addition to anyone's movie-loving shelf for it. So you can go over to the link in the description to purchase that and have it for your summer of Jaws. And our Rebrickable build is Homer Backing Into the Bushes by J.K. Brickworks, a legend in mechanical style and bunch of builds. I mean, he's got probably the most followers and subscribers on the Rebrickable channel. It's a 227-piece set at $3.50 for the instructions. And if you don't know the meme, it's Homer Simpson trying to hide, so he backs into a bush and kind of disappears. And definitely been used for quite a few things. And this one is no different. The bushes are kind of off to the side and there's a hole, but when you twist and crank it in the back, it shows Homer sliding back as the bushes begin to cover. So it's not the same as the meme itself, which has the kind of bushes pushing backwards and he disappears, which somebody could create that as well. It's definitely a possibility, but this is just a fun one, I think, at this price range too, which this should have been the gift of purchase instead of what we got. But you can now get it too, so you can have that alongside your Simpsons Krusty Burger set. All right, everyone, that's all I have. Thank you again for tuning into the podcast. Please make sure to subscribe, and I'll leave you, as I always do, get creative, get out there, and go build something.